Alright, all our Thanatos are in our hand. Yippee. Don't you love this? Don't you love this? Hey yo, how's it going everyone? Entropy here today with another video. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile on one of the event clans, of course. Recently we've been getting double event clans. This is going to be the last one as we are ending the original series and going into G. But anyways, before I get sidetracked, we're going to be covering Granblue today. Honestly, going into the event, I thought I'd enjoy Mega Colony more. And historically, I have. But this time around, I honestly did not expect myself to be enjoying Granblue more than Mega Colony. Sorry, Mega Colony fam. And I definitely think that the deck isn't really competitive, but has some tools that if you sack a little bit here and there, can win games. It's like it's solid. Its idea of being able to generate resources from the drop zone is a lot more effective, and the capabilities of multi-attacking and actually applying pressure is much more coherent now than ever before. And of course, going to G, G fans will know Granblue gets a lot of great support, becomes meta, and it's definitely something that Granblue fans will look forward to. But for now, I definitely think that Granblue is in a better position than ever before, and I'm really excited to showcase my build and some of my personal thoughts and opinions. So, starting off with this deck, there are quite a few starters you can play with. There's quite a few stuff you can play with, so you can check out the list on the left side. I'm actually going to go to the build deck menu so I can showcase the options. To start, we play the Peter the Ghosty. I really like Peter because it is counterblast 1, but it goes back into the soul. You drop 2 and you draw 1. The 1 draw compensates for losing the Peter, but dropping the 2 cards, especially if you're going second, helps you fuel the drop zone for Legion without needing to commit too much. And you know, giving you that 1 draw to search into your pieces is quite valuable in my opinion. Some other piece options you can play would be the Pinot Gris. It has resist, which is quite good, and with Legion, put this into your soul to call a card from the drop zone. Honestly, I don't think that that's a pure call. It does proc some skills, but it's not too important. I'd rather have something that helps me set up the Legion in the first place, and that's why I picked that. Of course, the Captain Night Kid is still a decent pick. Of course, it's not as good as before, honestly, because we don't have as many units that require superior calling from the drop zone. So maybe that's one of the key reasons why I do choose the Peter the Ghosty instead. If you do play some more units that require superior calling from the drop zone, you can consider these 2 options as alternatives. Next, we play for Freddy the Ghosty, the V2 PG. So it doesn't have the additional requirement for the PG activation. That way I can actually, you know, more successfully activate my heals or like my triggers without worrying about my opponent, and be able to access my skills. We play 4 of the King Seahorse. The Airborne clone on boost hits, discard 1, draw 1, helps you filter through your pieces. I just like it. I definitely like it. You have quite a few cards that do end up clogging sometimes, and then the Seahorse helps quite a bit. We play 3 Ripple Banshee. I tried playing 4. 3 is honestly good enough. That extra 2k helps you hit numbers, helps you make your multi-attacks more consistent, and is definitely worth testing if you play a certain grade 3 that I will mention later. And we play 2 Dancing Cutlass. Soul Blast 2, draw a card. I don't play the Sea Strolling Banshee anymore because, again, I don't want to rely too much on having this card in the drop zone and then superior calling this card from the drop zone. And the Dancing Cutlass, you know, it's able to be played from hand. When you re-ride, if you're in Legion, you already have that 2 soul. Soul Blasting 2 means being able to proc your Legion successfully without committing too much. Again, Dancing Cutlass plus the Starter is already 4 cards in the drop zone. That's all you really need for Legion, and definitely helps setting up your drop zone as well. And so other options, of course, you can play the Chappie the Ghosty if you have more stuff that you require from the drop zone. Of course, you can play the Sea Strolling Banshee if you do play the starters or whatever that supports more superior calling from the drop zone. Gus Jin if you are more risk averse and you want to be safer, and of course the Child Frank if you do play the grade 3 Frank that searches for the Child Frank, of course. For the grade 2s, we are playing for Ghoul Dragons. When this is superior call from the drop zone, when it hits the Vanguard, retire one of your opponent's rear guards. This is very great earlier into the game. Both of your legions can superior call from the drop zone. You have also one more grade 3 that can superior call from the drop zone. Ghoul Dragon hits the Vanguard, retire something. Definitely helps your game plan. The Pinot Blanc drop zone, when your legion comes wants to call this card. You know, honestly, as long as you have 1 or 2 in the drop zone, you can keep reusing these. And Counterblast is an issue in some builds, but definitely not in this current build with mine, because we do play the counter chargers. It's solid, not too amazing, but you can consider it a better Captain Nightmare simply because it's a static 9k instead of conditional 8k plus 3k. And you know, it superior calls itself without retiring something else. We play 3 Corrupt Dragons, 12k beater. Very important to be able to help you hit numbers. You honestly only need 1 in your drop zone because you can just keep superior calling it back and forth. It's solid 12k. You need this number because, you know, we do have one of the main meta contenders is the Big Bang Knuckle Buster, and it does hit crossfire numbers 13k. 12k plus the 6k booster is 18, and definitely helps you hit numbers. If not, 12k by itself it's not solid. 12 plus 5, 17. Or 6, 18 again hits those 11k Vanguards well as well. And of course we play 3 of the Pietro. If you don't like the Pietro, you can choose to play the Night Mist. If you don't like, you know, some of the other options, if you want to fill in your drop zone faster, you can play the Ruin Shade as well. But those are definitely options you can consider. And for the grade 3, I think this is pretty solid. We play 4 of the Negrobolt. This is your main win condition. When it attacks the Vanguard, if you're in Legion, turn last 1, retire a Rigor to call something from the drop zone. And if you have something else in the middle column, it gets plus 3k as well. So your superior call options is generally going to be the Ghoul Dragon, the Corrupt Dragon. Corrupt Dragon in the late game to actually help you in your numbers. Ghoul Dragon maybe in the early game to establish more you know, board presence and retiring some key pieces maybe. But generally speaking, you do want the Ghoul Dragon, right there, the Corrupt Dragon. I keep mixing up the tool too. Next we play the Pinot Noir. When Legion, put the top 3 cards from your deck to the drop zone, call a card from the drop zone, and when this attacks, retire something to get plus 5k. So your attack pattern, you know, you can consider that extra 5k to help you hit over those defensives. Superior card targets, you know, again, I think generally if you are going to go for the Pinot Noir, you're going for an earlier, your grindier game, and so you can make your choices as well. 13th grade 3, we played the Negrobolt at 1. I tried playing this at 4. It's too foggy. 8k stats is too weak. But when plays Camelot's 2 color card in the drop zone, it changed really well with the Negrobolt on battle phase, so you can actually get 1 more to swing in. But of course, the 8k body does hinder it a bit, so that is something to consider. But we play 4 of the Thanatos. Now, I do think that the Thanatos still deserves to be in the deck. When this hits a Vanguard, Camelot's will retire it to call something else from the drop zone. And that's why we play the 6+2, because the 6+2 lets it become a 12k by itself, which means it can't hit the Vanguard without a boost, assuming your opponent's an 11k Vanguard or 12k Vanguard. So this really helps generate your multi-attacks. You don't have to solely rely on Negrobolt. Sometimes you don't draw into it, you only have Pinot Noir, and you can still access your multi-attack with Thanatos. If your opponent's greedy and at 4 or something, and they don't play double intercepts, well, you can Thanatos hit, and then you can Negrobolt, and then you can get multiple multi-attacks in, and that does feel pretty good. Some other alternatives, you can play the Monster Frank, which discards itself to add the Child Frank to your hand, and you can Caramelize 3 to play around the delete, I guess. Not too important, but I see the Skill Dragon being quite popular. I don't really like it, but being able to hit 13k by itself, hit those 13k numbers again, the Big Bang Knuckle Buster, that's the meta. Is quite valuable and something definitely to consider. So that's basically my list. We play 9 draws. We do need the draw power to survive in this metagame. Of course, we play the Goki sleeves. So that's basically the list. You know, I know it's a bit awkward, but a lot of the pieces, honestly, as long as you see 1 or 2 in the drop zone, which you can filter through fast because of your Soul Blast skills, because of your starter, because of your filtering with the 6k. As long as you see 1, You can keep rinse and repeating them, and that's the pirate's way. And yar to the finish line, I guess. So let's go into a game and see how this deck performs. Again, I've been playing a lot for the last season, so I mean chilling a bit. I played a bit of Granblue last season, even when I was trying to grind, because you know it's fun to play something new. And the deck definitely, I've been playing around with it, tweaking around with it. That's why I really did want to mention the different pieces that you can pick. Fortunately, we're going to be playing against Link Joker, which can be a little bit awkward with this build because we don't play Break Rider or whatever. But let's see what we can do. I do want to go into the Negrobolt. I think the Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir is fine, I guess. Let's get rid of the Negrobolt. The Pinot Noir can retire the front row when it attacks the Vanguard, so it's one less off target. Negrobolt, you know, Caramelis is one, retire one to, well, you know, there, well, we got it back, but I guess it didn't matter. But yeah, Pinot Noir lets you retire something on attack, so you can dodge those front row locks. Negrobolt, retire something and Superior Call something. I guess you can reposition it, but it does cost Caramelis one. So the Palladium and the Photons, of course. This does look like a Blaster Joker deck because they do have the Blaster Joker art for the Photon, I believe. So here, something to consider is whatever you ride, you can eventually Soul Blast, but it requires drawing into the Grade 1/5K. Whatever you call into the Rigor Circle, of course, generally speaking, it gets retired, so you can get access to it much easier. So Petro is my ride target here because the Ghoul Dragons I'd much rather have them in the drop zone. Just you know, to re-legion back into the deck as the mate. Of course, we're going to mill 2 triggers, heals, and then draw into a trigger. That's perfect, obviously. And we're just gonna swing. Get the counter charge, and that's it. Osmium helps you Omega Lock on hit, so that's something to consider and be wary of. Alright, Astral Reaper, Rearguard only skill, so seems pretty fine to me. Just gonna swing to the Rearguard and they're gonna hit that draw trigger. Dark Zodiac. So lots of Omega locking, the starter, the Osmium, the everything. So let's be careful with committing onto the board. I want to ride the Pinot Noir. Let's see when it attacks the Vanguard. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna call this out. 9k. Call a Pinot Noir. So we're gonna swing 9 and then swing 21, retiring the Pinot, of course. Heal trigger, yay! I wish we saw them, you know, instead of milling them. But it is what it is. We're swinging for 21. No triggers. Alright, let's ditch one Negrobolt. Cool, PGs. PGs are great. You know, especially if your opponent's locking for multiple turns. Can't really hold down any more grade 2s, then you can only rely on your PGs. Infinite Drit 0, a little bit scary because given our hand we can't really apply much pressure. The Photon here early, okay, just gonna start locking. This number 14, Vanguard's 11, 14, I guess they can commit that booster, so that's nice on them. And even if they swing 14 and then 19, they can still proc a successful heal. So that does not sound good to me. But next turn we can Legion, and we have multiple triggers to Legion back. So at least we can get a free body for the Pinot Noir and see what we can do with that. And of course, Legioning back those heals is good. So let's Legion. So toss these back. So here call that 9k. If we do see, you know, a trigger, I guess it could, but I think I'm just gonna swing 9 to 9 in the Vanguard to face. Alright, let's see what we want. Corrupt Dragon? Pinot Blanc? Corrupt Dragon. Let's just get the Gold Dragon. Doesn't really matter here. Don't need to retire the front row because our opponent is not LB4 yet, so there's no threat of the lock. Draw trigger into heal. Yippee! Yippee, yippee, yippee. Alright, I'm just gonna ditch the heal. Draw one. Alright, we got the Banshee. So we can set up that 12k into retire into extra attack next turn. But it is something to consider, especially since the next attack we would be putting them to 4. Oh, they're just gonna skip it and go straight to the Garnet Star. Alright, I mean, it is what it is. And the Brave Fan can Omega Lock, unfortunately. But we do have 3 DGs, so we are sitting pretty enough, I'd say. Pretty enough. But ideally, of course, if we do see a heal, that would make us a lot more relieved than stressed. So they are going to use the Garnet Star to lock our front row and our back row. Using that 1 extra counterblast to Brave Fang is an option. Definitely can Omega Lock. Here, swinging the Astral Reaper can check out 5 for a card with the same name as the Vanguard, so that's a +1. Feels pretty good, and gets that trigger into the drop zone, so then they can re-legion that back. Of course, Omega Lock in the front row, as expected. Ooh, whiff. That's nice. Interesting with that AK. Ooh, heal trigger, that's what we wanted. We asked for it, we got it, that's great. In our hand, but we can't swing face though. Can't swing face though. I might save the Legion for next turn. Do we Legion now? I mean, we can just Legion now. We can just straight up Legion. It's just that we can't use the skill. So that's unfortunate, but they don't have much counterblast. We're not giving them counterblast 2 to blast Joker or anything, anyways. So I think the ride is fine, and the Legion is fine. I'm just gonna save that in my hand. Could actually come into play, so that's nice. And we can use the Pino in our drop zone to get a body without coming from my hand, which is solid. Because we have so much counterblast anyways. Might as well use the Pino Black to fill up the board. And then we're just gonna swing. No reason not to swing into these intercepts. Drawing into another heal. You know, at least we proc that 1 heal on defensive. You know, that's my thinking right now. Can't think too negatively, pessimistically. Garnet Star. Going back into that, of course, I guess, you know, not having counterblast doesn't matter. And we are going to officially have both of our front rows locked this turn. Hopefully they don't have another Omega Lock option. I don't think they do. The options require counterblast 1, I believe. So, but yeah, this is not good. Yeah, this is not good. SP2, so that's very nice. Ranking up for that. Ooh, just going to PG. Ooh, very confident with their play. I like that. But pushing up that 5k in Palladium. So I guess, do we consider not giving them the damage next turn? If we do give them the damage, they can Omega Lock. They can re-lock, I guess. Not Omega Lock. All right, all our Thanatos are in our hand. Yippee! Don't you love this? Don't you love this? What do we do? Do we Soul Blast? Do we Soul Blast? Draw 1? Hopefully draw into a Legion? Nope, no Legion for me. Do we swing Vanguard? That's the question. Do we swing Vanguard? If we don't swing Vanguard, can we still push? How many? I don't know. If they have another Garnet Star, it's over. Right? I guess we swing Rearguard. Can we see a Legion in our hand? I really need to toss those heals back. Guys, playing around the Palladium. Alright. 1 intercept, which means we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings. But we need to actually make it work because they're at 3. So I don't know. Let's see what else they have. Let's see what else we can do. What we can actually do here, because it doesn't look so good. Negrobolt is good. We're just gonna do the old-fashioned, because we really need those heals, honestly, more than anything else. We need those heals. PG. Oh, I need to make 3 heals. Sure. Let's take that. And I will commit 14. Defensive. Retire this. Honestly, should have retired the that dragon because then I can superior call it again. But this is still fine, I guess. This is 18. If we see 2 triggers, I guess we can pass, but we don't. Heal though. That's good, right? That's great. We like those. Alright, let's hold it. Do we even swing? Oh well, I let go. Maybe not worth swinging, but okay. Yeah. So much easier to misclick on the laptop. But no re-legion, but they do have the photon. So they're gonna lock 1. And on hit they're gonna lock another one with Singularity Sniper. But we do have that 1 PG to help us out here, so we're not gonna die. The thing is, we can't really push anymore, so we do need to rely on seeing a heal next turn on our offensive check to actually survive. So seems a bit rough. Draw trigger. Another draw trigger. Thanatos. No, not what we're looking for. All right, please heal trigger. Please heal trigger. No. I don't even know if I want to filter. There's nothing to filter into. I'll just hold. And then now we hope for that heal trigger. Because there's nothing else we can do. I really played my heart out. You know, it's rough. It's rough. Dark Zodiac. They're just gonna do it for the Legion play. Legion, those triggers back. And then see more stuff. But I just, you know, some games just don't go your way. Starter mills 2 heals, you know, you toss them back in, you draw them back, you toss them back in, you draw them back. There's only so much you can do. And that is the game sometimes, and it's okay. You know, it's a bad matchup already. I think we've went the extra mile. Now we just pray to RNGesus, give us a shot. Can we please see the heal when we want to see the heal? It was like, no, okay, well, there you go. It's a no. But it's okay. I mean, could I demonstrate everything? I didn't really. But you can imagine the 10k with the 2 extra k can hit over those 11ks and apply more pressure, get more attacks in. It's not ideal when your opponent's only at 3 damage because your deck can't really scale up. But when your opponent's at 4 or 5, 4, I think that's the magic number. You can apply more pressure and hopefully finish off games better than I did. Link Joker is hard, especially with my build. I think if you play the Break Ride or whatever, I think you could have a better time having your front rows open but still have that pressure in. But it is what it is. This deck I think does pretty well good enough in my opinion. How is your list? Let me know down below. And You know, like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already and want to see more. Thank you so much to Negrobolt for supporting the channel by being a member. And I guess, you know, that's it for today. So let me know if you have any questions about whatever plays or the list or anything really about life maybe. But that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Hopefully make a colony, but we'll see. Bye.